Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're discussing the tragic and controversial case of Lauren Smith Fields, a 23-year-old woman whose death following a first date raised serious questions and sparked national attention. Viewer discretion is advised. This video contains discussions of death, substance use, and sensitive topics that some viewers may find disturbing.
It's been a mystery for more than a year that no one seems to have answers to. The young life of Lauren Smith Fields suddenly cut short. Her family left wondering, what exactly happened the night she died?
When I talk to this family, sometimes the pain is just unbearable.
On December 11th, 2021, the 23-year-old from Bridgeport was with a man she met on the dating app Bumble. The next morning, that man called 911 after finding her unresponsive. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner ruled her death an accident, saying she died of a mixture of alcohol and drugs. But the details of what led up to that are still unclear more than a year later.
On the morning of Sunday, December 12th, Lauren was reportedly found unresponsive in her bed by a man she had met through the dating app Bumble, identified as Matthew LaFountain. According to reports, he discovered her around 6 a.m. and immediately called 911. Under the guidance of the dispatcher, he attempted chest compressions, but his efforts were unsuccessful. Lauren was pronounced dead at the scene. First responders noted that her date appeared shaken and in shock. On the night of December 11th, 2021, Matthew LaFountain went to Lauren Smith Fields' apartment, bringing a bottle of tequila with him. It was the first and only time the two met in person. Later that evening, Lauren's brother briefly stopped by her apartment. According to him, Lauren did not appear sick, intoxicated, or unwell in any way. She also did not mention feeling ill or having been drinking that night. Lauren Smith Fields was pronounced dead at 6:49 a.m. on December 12, 2021. What happened next would raise serious questions that still haven't gone away. Lauren's mother, Chantel Fields, says the investigation that followed felt rushed and incomplete. From the very beginning, the family believes critical steps were missed. The man who had been with Lauren that night, Matthew LaFountain, was spoken to, but according to the family, he was never thoroughly investigated and no other possible suspects were seriously explored. There were also concerns about Lauren's apartment. The family says the space wasn't fully examined or secured, leaving them wondering whether the scene was ever treated as a potential crime scene at all. According to the family, several important items were left behind and never collected. These included a blood-stained bedsheet, a used condom, women's clothing, a pill found on the counter, drinking glasses from that night, leftover food, the bottle of tequila brought to the apartment, vomit, and other biological material. The family believes that failing to collect this evidence may have cost investigators crucial answers. They also say forensic testing was either delayed or never done. A rape kit was reportedly not performed, and issues with how evidence was handled made it even harder to piece together Lauren's final hours. What troubled the family most, though, was a comment that they say came from an officer, telling Lauren's brother that the man with her that night wasn't considered a suspect because he was a nice guy. To them, it sounded like conclusions were being made before the full picture was ever examined. As these concerns became public, the reaction was swift. Civil rights advocates, legal experts, and community members began asking whether standard investigative procedures were followed. Online and in the streets, people demanded accountability, turning Lawrence Smithfield's death into a national conversation about justice, transparency, and whose stories are taken seriously. And that growing public pressure would soon force officials to respond.
The police didn't do any investigation. They let the guy go without any questioning, and they took a slight statement from him. And in that statement, he said that they never had sex, that he slept with his clothes on. But yet still, 2 weeks after her death, we have to force them to collect a condom with semen in it, a thing of lubricant, a pill that was found on the counter, and a bloody bed sheet. We have to force the police to take it. And to this day, those items still have not been submitted to the state forensic laboratory.
Attorney Crossland says many people have reached out to his office claiming the man had some sort of personal relationship with the Bridgeport Police Department.
I have to say that we're looking to get the phone records of Detective Cronin, who was there at the scene at the same time. Because if his phone records show any call connections to this guy, then you know that we're working with a very corrupt space. Right? And so far that he's under investigation by Internal Affairs, and he's just been suspended.
There is zero connection between any detectives and my client.
So, you look at the situation, and when you mention the fact that they might have been racially insensitive or disregarded this family because of their race, people say, well, maybe you're playing a race card. But you don't have to look too far to see Emmett Till or Central Park 5 and similar cases like that.
So to be clear, effective immediately, both Detective Llanos and Detective Cronin are suspended from duties and put on administrative leave.
Only after Lauren's case started attracting attention on social media did Bridgeport Mayor Joseph Ganim release this Facebook video, announcing 2 detectives, including the lead on Lauren's investigation, have been suspended pending an internal affairs investigation. The officer who was in charge of overseeing the cases retired last week. The medical examiner determined Lauren's cause of death was a mixture of the lethal drug fentanyl, prescription drugs, and alcohol, ruling it an accident. Crossland says he has already started the process to challenge the ME's findings.
How did you come up with accidental when there's a guy who this woman never met, she's not a drug user, and there's antihistamines in her body, which are typically used to make people sleepy, drowsy, and typically used in a date rape situation.
The day after the ME's ruling, Bridgeport police announced they'd switch the case to a criminal investigation.
And so why does it need the whole world to respond to this stuff is beyond me. And I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So we have to make them pay. Sometimes the only time to get justice is to make them pay, so that way they realize that the city's going to go bankrupt if this continues. Started this case, we've gotten every single day emails in all capitals saying, you're nothing but you're playing the race card. And we've gotten phone calls that my receptionists are so afraid to even let me hear because they leave voice messages every single day.
In a statement, Bridgeport's acting police chief Rebecca Garcia says they will release a final comprehensive report at the end of their investigation. The DEA is also now investigating. Inside Edition Digital reached out to the Bridgeport Police Department, Mayor Ganim, the attorney who is now representing the Bumble date, and Bumble for comment, along with the police union in Bridgeport, Connecticut. No one has gotten back to us. On social media, Bumble said in a statement they are cooperating with the investigation.
Cases like Lawrence Smithfield's remind us why transparency and accountability matter, and why every story deserves to be handled with care and attention. If you believe in thorough, unbiased investigations, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to Mystery Mink. This case is still developing, so stay tuned for updates as new information becomes available. And most importantly, please stay safe, be cautious with people you've never met, and never feel obligated to let a stranger into your home. Our deepest condolences go out to Lawrence Smithfield's family, loved ones, and everyone affected by this loss.